Have you ever lost a friend? Not in a dramatic fight or a bitter betrayal, but in the quiet spaces between words left unsaid and moments that slipped away? This is the story of Daniel and Amir, two boys who grew up side by side. Their laughter echoing through suburban streets and their dreams intertwined like the branches of the old oak tree in Amir's backyard. They were inseparable once. Daniel knew the exact way Amir's eyes crinkled when he was about to laugh at his own joke. Amir could recite every word of Daniel's favorite movie, even the parts Daniel always forgot. They shared countless summer nights gazing at stars, whispering about crushes and impossible futures. Their families blended, holiday tables stretching to accommodate both sets of parents, siblings, and the unspoken understanding that these two boys were more than friends. They were chosen family. But time, that relentless river, carries us all downstream. And sometimes, without even realizing it, we let go of the hands we once held so tightly. It started with silence, a text left on read, a call that went to voicemail. "I'm just busy," Daniel would think, his thumbs hovering over the keyboard before swiping away to something else. Amir would stare at his phone, willing it to buzz with the familiar tone of his best friend reaching out. The silence grew day by day, a wall built of moments where neither found the words to bridge the gap. Then came the jokes that stopped being funny. Words that once sparked laughter now left a bitter taste. Amir's teasing about Daniel's new haircut went a little too far, and Daniel's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. Daniel's teasing about Amir's new glasses felt different, sharper somehow. Neither boy could pinpoint when the shift happened, but suddenly, their shared language of inside jokes felt like a minefield of potential hurt. Amir got into his dream college. He waited for Daniel's excited call, imagining the whoops and plans they'd make to celebrate. But Daniel's congratulations came in a brief text, sandwiched between complaints about his own application stress. Amir's heart sank, the joy of his accomplishment dimming in the face of his best friend's apparent indifference. When they did talk, it felt like shouting across a widening chasm. Amir would try to share his fears about leaving home, about fitting in at college. Daniel would nod, his eyes drifting to his phone, his responses vague and distracted. Amir felt the words dying in his throat, unheard and unimportant. He stopped trying to reach across that divide. The little moments faded away. No more spontaneous visits, no more late-night video game marathons. The rituals that had defined their friendship, the annual camping trip, the shared birthday celebrations, became casualties of busy schedules and shifting priorities. Their presence in each other's lives became a faint echo of what it once was. And then, one day, Amir realized he couldn't remember the last time he'd spoken to Daniel. There was no dramatic falling out, no heated argument to mark the end. Just a gradual fading, like a photograph left too long in the sun. Daniel barely noticed at first. His life filled with new friends, new experiences. But sometimes, in quiet moments, he'd feel a pang of something missing. A joke half-formed with no one to share it with. This is how friendships often end. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. With small neglects that pile up like grains of sand until they form an insurmountable dune. With silence that stretches from days into weeks, from weeks into months, until the thought of reaching out feels almost impossible. But here's the truth that Daniel and Amir, and so many of us, learned too late. Friendships don't have to end this way. They wither without effort, yes, but they can also bloom again with the tiniest seeds of care. A simple thinking of you text. A shared memory that pops up on social media, tagged with a smile. A genuine question about how someone is really doing, followed by the patience to truly listen to the answer. It's the small acts of presence that keep bonds alive. Celebrating victories, no matter how small. Listening without judgment, celebrating without envy. Holding space for all the messy, beautiful complexity of another human being. And showing up, even when it's inconvenient. Remembering the little details that make someone feel truly seen. These are the threads that weave the tapestry of lasting friendship. Because in the end, it's the small acts of love that save our friendships. The tiny moments of presence, the quiet persistence of caring. Daniel and Amir's story doesn't have to be your story. Or maybe it already is, but it doesn't have to be the end. Right now, as these words fade away, there's probably someone in your life who's drifting. Someone you used to know so well, whose laughter you can still hear if you close your eyes. Someone who might be waiting, hoping for you to reach out. Don't let the silence become permanent. Don't wait until the drift becomes a canyon too wide to cross. Pick up your phone, send that text, make that call. It doesn't have to be grand or elaborate. A simple, "Hey, I miss you. How have you been?" can be the first step in rebuilding a bridge you thought was lost forever. Friendships, like all beautiful things, require tending. They need sunlight and water, care and attention. But the effort is worth it. Because in a world that can often feel cold and isolating, there's nothing quite like the warmth of a friend who truly knows you, who's walked beside you through the chapters of your life. So take a moment. Think of that person, the one whose name just flashed in your mind as you heard this. Reach out to them now, before another day slips away. Before "I'll do it tomorrow" becomes "I wish I had," because sometimes the most powerful words in friendship aren't grand declarations or profound insights. Sometimes they're as simple as, "I'm here, I remember. You matter to me." And who knows? Maybe your message will be the spark that reignites a connection you thought was lost. Maybe it will be the beginning of a new chapter in a story you both thought had ended. Life is too short for regrets. Too precious to let the people who once meant everything fade into mere memories. So be brave. Be the one who reaches out. Be the friend you wish you had when you needed one most. If this story resonates with you, if it stirs something in your heart, or reminds you of a friendship you've let slip away, share it. Like it, subscribe. Maybe, just maybe, it will inspire someone else to reach out. To mend a broken bond, to rediscover the joy of true connection. Because somewhere out there, someone else might need this reminder too. Someone else might be on the verge of reaching out, needing just a little push. We're all connected, threads in the vast tapestry of human experience. Let's not let those threads unravel. Let's weave them tighter, stronger, with every act of friendship we choose to make. Remember, it's never too late to say, "Hello, old friend. I've missed you." Maybe years from now, you'll look back on this moment as the day you saved something truly precious. Because friendship, real friendship, is always worth fighting for. This is life's whispered moments. Until next time, cherish the sparks that light your heart and brighten your journey.